Our next guest is one of the most unforgettable faces of comedy as an actor, writer, and host. And you can now see him on the show Underdeveloped, where he plays a shady studio executive who really puts the low in low budget. Take a look.
I'll have your money in escrow shortly.
All right, fine.
Now I have to kick these two idiots' butts.
Still on for Saturday?
Yes. Lunch and brunch on Saturday.
The bunny's coming?
Of course, we can bring Trixie and Bambi along.
What about Fluffy?
Fluffy quit the business.
She did?
Yeah, arthritis.
All right. See you Sunday and say hi to your mom for me.
Talk soon.
Ciao.
See? That's how it's done.
Please welcome back to the show, Tom Arnold.
Hey, first of all, I have to say, I gotta watch this show. First, there was all the celebrities at Beyonce, and then you had the most thoughtful discussion about adults marrying children and racism and anti-Semitism. It's crazy. You guys are, I'm blown away.
Oh my God!
Thank
you so much, Chris. You're gonna clip that for our sizzle reel. Okay, he's on it. Yes, Tom Arnold.
It is a pleasure to have you on,
Wow.
Tom. Let's talk about your show, because this new show, Underdeveloped, is about a bunch of failed producers all working together, and it's full of nepotism and incompetence. So how close to reality is this show?
Well, it's very close to reality, because I play a guy that runs a studio that is greedy, and what I like about it is shot in the like The Office was shot, you know, that, and a bunch of fun people. But what I like is my guy, Bert. I think you have a Bert there too.
Yeah, Bert.
For 100 years, my guy Bert, he'll say to people, to the guys that work for him, listen, you're not going to get paid, and you're not going to get credit, but you're my guy, and that's the most important thing.
Right.
Other people get credit for your work. Then other people get the big paychecks, but you're my guy. Right. So that's what you need. And every business, bosses try to sell you on that. When I worked at McDonald's, the boss was like, I'm not going to make you assistant manager, but you're going to have all the power of an assistant manager. I was like, that feels good.
That works. Somebody, you know, we came up in comedy, and that's it. When you're starting your career, it's like, look, there's no money, but look, there's tons of free drinks, all the onion rings you can eat.
Right.
So yes, anything but the money. So I feel that. Now I have to ask you, like, looking at this story and just kind of look at the show overall, did you pull or base a character off of anybody that you've met over the years?
Oh man, I've met so many people like that. There's different degrees of people. There's some people, as we know from Hollywood, that are just maniacs. You know, they're kind of getting rid of them now. That and eventually all the studios will be run by women, because that's the only way to stay out of trouble. But yeah, it sold me a lot of crap that I was like, wow, this is how it's done in Hollywood. It's really, there's a lot of great people in it too that are legit. You know, that are honest with you. But it's more fun to be one of the terrible people.
So, Tom, we got to talk about Roseanne. We got to get your thoughts on it, because she's kind of leaning in to this new era, and she's saying stuff that kind of, leaves us scratching our heads. She always has, right? That's what makes her Roseanne. But how do you react to all this? How are you seeing her?
Well, first of all, she hasn't always been this version of Roseanne. You know, when I met her, she was the most... I'd never met a feminist. I came from the meatpacking plant in Iowa, and we met in 1983 in the Midwest doing stand-up comedy. I'm like, I'd never seen a woman like that. I'd never seen a person like that, you know. She was a little bit older than me. She was a mom, but she was very liberal and called herself a feminist, and she's taken a big swing the other way. But I think, here's the thing. She was a great comedian. There's no doubt about it. And the show was great. I got to work on it 6 years. It was one of the best jobs I've had in my life. And I think that sometimes when people get older, maybe me too, you go a little bit different direction because you're looking for an audience. And now I think she's just trolling people, trying to get responses. But she's out there. She's over here and I'm over here. And I got 4 ex-wives, so she's not even... my worst ex-wife. So
Okay, so you may have had multiple ex-wives, but you also have been through multiple industry strikes, and you're actually one of the few actors that can promote their new projects because it's independently produced. How do you see things shaking out with the studios, writers, and actors?
Well, I moved here in 1988 to write the Roseanne show, and immediately we had a writer's strike, and I had to scramble, like you're talking about finding a way. I booked this video, this comedy video, which I was not naked, but other people were. I didn't even realize it. It's like softcore porn. By the way, I want to find that video. I thought we were getting somewhere a week ago, and then the studios did a thing, but it has a process. It will get worked out. You know, it's an important strike because of all the artificial intelligence and all the streaming. So we get this worked out for all the young people. You know, 87% of SAG members don't get insurance. So not that everybody, you know, some people just want to be part-time actors or whatever. But people are really, really struggling. But you have to go through that struggle. I worked at a meatpacking plant once. We went on strike. You have to do that. And I think it's all going to work out. You know, the guys that run the studios got $100 million bonuses last year, so they must not be doing too bad. So just pay us a fair amount. We'll meet in the middle, and we'll settle this.
Well said. I love the blue nails, too. I dig it. DBL Nation B.
A single dad with a 10-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter, and this is how I got her to go to school today. So,
Good for you.
That's what's up, Dad. That's
cool.
That's really cool.
Love it. Well done. DBL Nation, be sure to check out Underdeveloped this Friday on Tubi. Thank you so much, Tom. Congratulations.
Congrats,
Always
man.
a treat having you here. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thanks for the compliments.
I meant it.